All right, so welcome. Money Club Mondays, April 11th, 2022. So I always date these just because we talk about different deals that are available. And if you're watching the recording later. So we have a couple guests on today. Both are our private money club borrowers, have been in the club since the beginning, and what we consider our VIP borrowers. So it's people that we know, that we've worked with, invested with, and things like that. And so they both have different deals happening right now. So we're going to talk about them. If you're new to Money Club Mondays or haven't watched many of them in the past, or new to the Private Money Club, you can go back and watch the replays. We record all of these and we put them on a private YouTube channel just for the Private Money Club members. So if you go into Private Money Club and go to the education section, you can click on replays, or let me know, email me, and I can send you the link to go directly to the YouTube playlist. And you can go back and watch some of the ones that Dwight has been on. We've talked, Dwight has a bunch of different really cool types of deals that he does. So you can go back and check those out. Dr. Vaughn has been talking about some different projects he had going previously, and something new he's got today. But if you want to learn more about him and other deals, you can go back and watch those replays. So today we have two borrowers on. Like I said, we have Dwight Harrison and Dr. Duck Vaughn will be joining us at the second part of today. So let's go ahead and get this kicked off. So Dwight, where are you at, man? What's happening?
Right. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. We actually drove out here from Texas yesterday because we got 4 or 5 new projects coming, and there's sometimes you work virtually and you can just sugarcoat stuff, put, paint and carpet on a house, and sometimes you're changing a floor plan, and I just like to be really hands-on, make sure we're doing it right.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So you're in Birmingham, Alabama. So what's going on around that area?
Well, it's raining and 60 something, so I got the fashion sweatshirt on today. So I didn't dress up for you guys this time, but not a lot. I think they're doing the world, what is it, the World Games down here this year.
Okay.
So very exciting.
I went to a meetup. Brian Tripp, do you know him? I went to he has a networking group that he has in Birmingham, and I've been to his event before. He does a great job with it, but nonetheless, pretty cool little town.
We just did a portfolio lending group out of Dallas. We went to a convention there just to kind of see what was going on. And they were saying that, we didn't choose it because of this, because obviously it was just literally last week, but they said Birmingham is in the top 10 appreciating cities right now.
Wow.
So it's always nice to hear that one of the cities that you're killing it in, other people agree with your vision. So it's always nice for that little pat on the back.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's cool, man. So Dwight, messaged me yesterday or someday over the weekend and was like, hey man, I'm going to be on location. Do you mind if I join you like from the house, or should we postpone? I was like, yeah, hop on, man. That'll be cool to kind of show this around. So what are you in right now? Like, is this a deal you have under contract? Are you just evaluating it, or what's going on?
Yeah. So we're under contract with this thing. Let me, it's raining, but let me see. Let me test my new iPhone's ability to, let me turn the camera on for you guys. So here's the neighborhood. It's just a normal 3-1 that we bought. Let me get up in front here. Forgot my personal assistant with the umbrella. No, I don't have that. I'm just kidding, guys. So here's the crew. Here's the team. We're walking it. Project manager's going inside. Here's my fiance. She thinks she's funny. Going to the 1-car garage. So we got a retaining wall thing. We got to kind of patch that up. But guys, this is at the end value, you're under 200,000 for this house, even when it's beautiful. So you don't really have a lot of stress on something like this. And the main problem with this one, front door, it's actually not that bad. We might just sand it down and keep it. Living room, the windows are newer, which is nice. It's got the original hardwoods throughout. But the problem with this, we don't usually, but these look in great shape, man. And as long as we don't change the floor plan where that is, obviously that kitchen, the rolled vinyl is going to come up. It's all beat up.
Yeah.
But, you got a dining. Kitchen cabinets aren't bad. So we usually replace cabinets because we replace these cabinets and put in all brand new ones. We can do whatever configuration we want. And it costs us about $2,200 to $2,500 to replace the cabinets. And it would cost about $500 to $800 to paint them. So sometimes when it's only an extra $1,500, it's just nice to have brand new stuff in. Got a little bit of a carport issue here coming out the door. So we'll have to get that. We'll probably just demo that and take it out. That's not needed. But right now it's just a cute little 3-1 upstairs. This will be the new master. You can see the hardwood still, some paneling. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, if you guys really want to see the secondary bedroom, so you can see that one. Like I said, the windows are actually newer than the house for sure. And then the third, I know, right? Yeah.
Now, is this something you guys are going to rent out and do one of your lease option deals? Or are you just flipping this, or what are you guys doing with this?
Yeah, so we're having trouble with the appreciation being where it's at, guys. We're really having trouble selling anything, honestly, because this thing, here's the bathroom right now. Just kind of walk you through that, I guess. We're having a lot of trouble just in my mind mentally selling anything because, you know, if you're gonna end up flipping something like this, you might make, you know, 30 grand, 20 grand, something like that. But if you lease option it, you know, I could probably make $7,000 to $1,000 a month for the next 3 to 5 years. And I think we talked a couple of months ago, somebody had asked, you know, why do we do lease options instead of owner finances? And the reason is number one, in Birmingham, it's hard to get a substantial amount down, right? So 10 to 20% is kind of hard to come from around here. We usually get 5 to 10,000, 5 to 10% tops. You know, but also then I can sell it at future rates. So this thing would be worth 170 now. If I owner finance it, you know, owner finance people, they'll tack on a little bit. So maybe you sell it for 180, right? 190. But in reality, legit, this thing will be worth 220 to 240, you know, in 2 to 4 years. So that's a good question though. So yeah, so we're having trouble. We're even working on a $600,000 ARV down. In fact, we're staying there. And we're trying, I think we're going to try to keep that one too.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right,
so, you know, so let's say this one's worth 170. We would do an 80% LTV refi, like the Burr method, right? So we're all in for 130, 135 for a loan amount, which is kind of how, when we go and resell it, you know, we have the possibility of making $100,000 on the spread instead of just 30 right now.
Right.
So.
Okay. So so what do you look, are you guys have this one financed already? Or are you looking for funding on this one?
We would be looking for a second on this one. We already have the first because we have purchased it. The reason why I'm here, and I can turn the camera around again here. The reason why I'm here is I think we're going to make, you know, I told you about the new cabinets, but all this blue here is basically where the new master bath is going to be. So we're going to be doing a master bathroom here, and then we're flipping the kitchen to this front dining area over here. So I wanted to get eyes on it myself.
Right. Okay.
But so remember, guys, we have 3 products when we offer lending opportunities. We have the first product is obviously a first lien real estate. It's usually a one year term. We traditionally pay about 10% for that first lien real estate. That's to buy and do, you know, as much of the rehab. Every deal is a little different, obviously, but first lien real estate would be about 10% for the first year. For borrowers that have been with us for a while that finance more than 5 houses, we do traditionally go up to 12% on that. But if it's just a one-off thing, we kick off the relationship at 10%. And then the second product we have for lending, which would be this one, would be if we need any extra, you know, to do the rehab itself. Those are 12%. They're also 1-year terms. And obviously, depending upon the project, money could be back in 4 months, money could be back in 12 months. really just depends. This one's with retaining wall and moving bathrooms and city permitting and all that. It'd probably be a 7 to 8 month-ish turnaround, give or take 1 or 2. And then the final one, remember guys, the one we're really excited about that people have really been liking is the rental back microloans, right? So the microloans are just a way that we can offer equity position on a debt to investors at 10%. It's a 10% principal and interest. We also use extra rents to pay that back even quicker. So, and then those are a 20-year AM, but a 6-year balloon. So traditionally, our lenders get made whole usually in about 5 years on those. And then those are great because if you don't have 100,000, if you don't have 50,000, if you've only got right, but still a lot of money. But if you have 20,000, 15,000, you really just want to get your feet wet in real estate, you know, and be involved and just get to know us and, you know, all that comes with it, then that one's a good one. And then you don't have to worry about the money coming back in 6 months, 8 months, even a year, because it really is a 5-year term. So.
Right. Okay, cool. And what, you guys have some of these going right now, or what do you got going with the rental back stuff?
A ton. So we actually did 5 or 6 of those in the last couple of weeks. Guys, we've got about 20 opportunities available for number 3 up there. Because it is the newest, we have the most of those. And the cool thing about that is we have a little bit more time, right? So a lot of the folks that I've been kind of talking to about that, you know, they just have a lot of questions and whatever, and that's perfectly fine. And the cool thing is if you don't get it on now, there'll be one next week, right? So there's always opportunities coming for number 3. Number 1 tends to be a little quicker. A lot of our inner circle lenders jump in on number 1 after they kind of get to know us. If somebody has a, you know, 100,000 or more, they can usually do number 1. But number 2, it's usually about 25 to 30 grand minimum. But number 3 is the one where we can actually take 10 to 20, which is really nice. Yeah, 100 minimum, just call it 30-ish minimum, 25 to 30, something like that. Yeah, that's good. And then the third one is just 10 to 20 grand. And then we use obviously we're guaranteeing it ourselves, but then we use the rent to help pay that off quick. So.
Right. Yeah, those little micro loans are cool. I mean, they're great. You know, we have a lot of people that move money over to self-directed IRAs, but it's from like an old 401k or something. They only have 10, 15,000 in there, maybe 20,000. And, you know, they always ask like, hey, is it worth it to get in the private money club? Because at 10%, you know, at $10,000, you're making $1,000 for the year essentially, and the membership is $1,000. But you get into the game, you learn it, you go through the process, you get all the education. We do coaching every single month for private money clubs, so you're basically getting your education and getting your feet wet paid for. You know, kind of learning as you earn. And then as your money grows and you have more opportunities to rise, then you're ready to go and move more amounts of money. So, you know, anybody looking at self-directing, I mean, as long as you got at least 10 grand, I mean, stuff like that, just, you know, talk to Dwight and he can get you in these deals for a small amount of money backed by real estate, you know, backed by an asset.
That's what we've gotten a lot of, man. Stephen, I mean, I talked to a lot of people about that, especially from Money Club and everything. And, you know, they're just like, look, how do I get started? Right. Because all these other jobs are, you know, hey, I need at least 50 grand, I need 200 grand, I need 500 grand. And it's like, sometimes you feel not inferior, right? But sometimes it's like, man, I wish I always had more. And we all do, right? I mean, hell, I do. I'm sure you do, right? Everybody wants more that we can do stuff with, but just getting people in the door. And then with our company too, they're not just earning, I mean, you guys wouldn't just be earning interest. I mean, it's passive for you, of course, but we do more than that. We can kind of walk you through how we actually do this. And so we've actually had some of the guys have been doing the microloans, and some of the ladies that have been doing some of the rental back microloans now. They're actually even, I think somebody just took on their first flip too. So that was pretty cool. So just kind of, how do I get in, right? How do I get in and not have to worry, you know, that first flip money or, you know, depending on what your risk tolerance is. But yeah, we get a lot of that. So we're here for you guys, however you need us.
Yeah. The other thing I like that you said, I mean, if you have 100 grand, something you can do if you're just looking to diversify instead of going all in on one deal for 100 grand. I mean, you can buy 10 of these things. You know what I mean? 10 of them, spread it between 10 different properties and kind of diversify a little bit that way. Which is cool.
Yeah, we just had somebody with 50 do 3. So okay. Yeah, and she really likes the idea that it is across all 3. And I believe we even cross collateralized for her because she was just a little nervous. Right. So we just said, sure, absolutely. Let's put them all on the hook. And that way, if one for some reason, she doesn't know us and we don't know her, right? So just whatever we can do to make you guys feel more comfortable, we're totally fine with. We've been doing this. I've been doing this since 2002. So 20-year anniversary this year.
I've had a lot of the private money club members tell me they've had great conversations with you and have been really happy with how things are going so far. So
awesome.
Appreciate
Thank you.
That.
That's awesome to hear.
One question for you coming in. That's all I got so far. But what are your thoughts on short-term rentals, like Airbnb-ing it? Like, would you ever consider like this house, for instance, to Airbnb?
We literally, so I told you we drove out here, right? My business partner was walking in the camera, Brandon Basic. And by the way, if you are interested, you will hear from either myself or Brandon, and sometimes both of us, right? So he'll be kind of a key piece of this as well. But we go through that discussion all the time. And the bottom line is it just depends on the property. And I hate to be vague about it, but I'll give you an example, right? So this one might be a decent Airbnb because it's going to be next to hospitals. It's going to be next to key things. There's other properties that just wouldn't make good Airbnbs because there's really not a demand in that area. The thing that I don't like, and we've never really gotten too much into Airbnbs, the thing I don't like, guys, is the wear and tear on my property. I'm still responsible for utilities, obviously. I'm responsible for internet, right? I'm responsible for customer service. Now I have to do a property management thing. You have all sorts of things, like I couldn't get in the house and it's 11 p.m. Like, it's just, for me, it's not quite as passive. So like on this house, right? And you don't have full occupancy every day, of course, with Airbnbs, and every city is going to be different. But like, let's say this one, I'm occupied 2/3 of the time, and I'm renting it for, let's just call it $100 a night, because this one's kind of like, it's probably a C+, B- neighborhood. It's not amazing, but it's obviously not unsafe. But there's a shooting this weekend. Yeah, exactly, right? There's all sorts of stuff going on all the time. We would be making like $2,000 a month from an Airbnb, which sounds like a lot. Then when you take off $500 for utilities and internet, right? And then now I haven't even taken off a management fee and all the headaches. And I just think Airbnb, I'm going to come, and maybe you guys have experience with this more than I do, but wear and tear on walls and painting, and you're always going to have things to kind of fix up. Just, I think of the Airbnbs I've stayed at, and I don't have a nice suitcase, but my suitcase has wheels, right? I can go some do now, and I'm banging up the wood steps, and I think to myself, like, oh man, like, I think Airbnb like a rental car. People and not. I just, on this house, we would rent it for $13.95. If we lease option it, we'd probably get about $1,600 or $1,700. So for me, we're making about the same thing, and I have we call them deserving residents. So we have a deserving resident that treats this place like it's their own home. And we set up all of our lease options and our leases on auto pay. And so it just comes in every first. And of course, we're always chasing the 10% that it bounces or whatever, right? But for me to scale, it's really difficult for me to do 100 Airbnbs a year when I can very easily do, 100 of these lease options a year. Because once it's set it and forget it, right? They sign a 5-year lease with us. So we don't have any vacancy. We don't really have a lot of maintenance because they take care of their own stuff. They treat it like it's their own home because hopefully it's going to be,
right?
But yeah, so deserving residents or deserving owners or deserving buyers. The term deserving really helps us weed out people. And yeah, so that's my thought on Airbnb. It's not that I'm not a fan. Maybe if I was in Orlando or, Vegas or whatever, then maybe, but we have homes up in Fayetteville, North Carolina, next to Fort Bragg, and we've talked about it because we stay there. So we talked about it, but the math always comes out to within plus or minus $100 to $200 versus what we would potentially get for an Airbnb just in our markets. So my impression is I'd rather have the set it and forget it passive, you know, like almost like a home partner living in the home rather than somebody, you know, riding a rental car like it's on the Fast and Furious 19 or whatever, right? So.
No, I love it, man. I mean, I love you guys' strategy, and you stick to it. That's for sure. I mean, you run the numbers and you weigh out the pros and cons, and you guys have a really good thing you're doing with the lease options and like you said, almost partnering with the buyers, you know, which is
right.
Which is really, really cool. And
it's more fulfilling for me. It's affordable housing. We're offering an opportunity for people that never thought they could ever buy a house. A lot of these people walk in with a credit score at 560 and they couldn't even qualify for an FHA loan. And the stories we hear, guys, I mean, I don't want to get too sappy for a Monday because it's raining here and I'll start crying, but some of these guys literally are like, you know, my mom stole my credit when I was 18 and she beat it into the ground. And I just had crappy credit ever since. Or they've had a divorce where the husband or the wife just messed it all up. And a lot of the times, yes, a lot of them did it to themselves, but there's a lot of our residents that we've been able to partner with now that are just unbelievably feeling blessed that we've been able to kind of help out. So it's cool.
It's awesome stuff. Well, listen, Dwight, I appreciate you hopping on while you're live on property. I'll let you go get with your team and finish doing what you guys got to do. I know you said you created some new literature and brochures and things. So whenever you're back in the office, we'll have to get you back on and we'll kind of go through some of that and check out what you've been up to on the marketing side of things. But other than that, anything you want to end with?
No, you hit it right on the head. Our flyers look like they were done by a 1987 kindergartner before, and we have moved our way up to 2010 middle schooler. So we are on the way. I'm great at real estate. We flipped over 1,100 houses. We've bought and sold for 20 years, but flyers are not my thing. So I'm doing my best. And I just wanted to shout out to everybody for not judging me for that. So thank you.
That's awesome, man. That's great. So yeah, I appreciate you hopping on, Dwight. You know, tell your team hello, keep up the hard work on everything. And you guys have safe travels, be safe in Birmingham. We'll catch you on another Money Club Mondays in the next few weeks, I'm sure. I
love that. Thanks for having us. Sorry it's been so long. I'll try to circle back around in a couple of weeks.
Busy, man. If anybody wants to get a hold of Dwight, just shoot me an email, snaggy@chrisnaugle.com. I can connect you that way, or reach out directly on Private Money Club. Dwight monitors that, I'm sure, at least once a week or so. So, well,
yeah, right. I'm here and there. Just in the thing when Steven sends me an email, I always reach back out pretty quick too. So if you guys need me, I'm always here for you guys. Even if you have a question about something not money related, we're here to educate and partner and just kind of better the world one money club member at a time. So just let us know what we can do.
All right, awesome, Dwight. Thanks, guys. All right, everybody, we're not over yet either. Don't leave. Stay.
Don't leave. Don't leave. That was just the encore. I'm just the start of things.
He's warming us up for the grand finale here. So
I know. All right, guys. Have a good day.
All right, Dwight. Take care, man. All right, Dr. Vaughn, how are you, sir?
What's up, man? 1,100 houses. That's impressive.
Yeah, Dwight, man. Dwight's a good guy. Chris, we met Dwight at a mastermind last year, and just super impressed with everything that they got going on and they're doing. So he's strong addition to the Money Club, and the members, like I said earlier, super happy with everything. So, all right, I'm going to delete this. We're going to get into another deal.
Dwight needs to invest in my ranch, I think.
yeah, for sure. Well, that's what we're talking about, the ranch, right?
Yeah.
All right. So those of you that have been following Money Club, you know, Dr. Vaughn was on before with the ranch, and we saw the pictures and the plan, and like any smart investor, when things started to not feel perfect and not line up, before it was too late, he said, you know what, even though I already raised all the money and I'm ready to go, I'm not going to do it. And he passed on it, and he went out, and they spent a lot of time finding something new. And I believe that's what you have now, right?
Yeah, that's a great lesson too, man. Like, honestly, like for whatever reason, the seller's agent was not responsive, would not give us things we were asking for, all sorts of stuff. So I was just like, let's walk away. And I'm the third offer that they lost last year. So some reason, I don't know why.
Yeah. You never
Yeah,
know.
but I found the universe is amazing, and I found something even better. So the last property was 170 acres. I thought I was getting it for a steal at $4,000 an acre. I have found a just spectacular estate-worthy ranch that's 1,670 acres, literally 10 times the size.
Wow.
For I have it under contract at $870 an acre, y'all. 870. So this is phenomenal. Obviously, it's a lot more, so it's a bigger raise. But the idea is that I'm going to turn it into a glamping and primitive camping to start with, and then eventually safari tents and glamping. And the views are majestic. It is just amazing. It's got 2 miles, not one, but 2 miles of Mora River running through it. And some areas, it's 30 feet wide, this river. It's just amazing. There's fish in there, so we can do fishing. It's got 3 structures. One's a bunkhouse. One's a little kind of cleanup house. There's a garage. It's a big I-beam shed. Why do you need it? Because it also comes with heavy equipment. I got a backhoe. I got a side hoe. I got a front hoe. I got a bulldozer. I got 2 horse trailers. Why do you want 2 horse trailers, Dr. D? Because it comes with 5 horses. Now I got to suddenly find people who know anything about horses. Now the land is so big, literally, if you go to Private Money Club, I posted some pictures, and as far as you can see in every photo, it's all the ranch. As far as you can see, everything. Like, that's mine, that bitch is mine, that's all mine. It's all mine. And I only saw 200 yards of the 2 mile river. So it's pretty crazy. It's fantastic. It's off grid. So once the sun goes down, you're going to see nothing but stars. So we're going to have to bring in solar panels. And the whole idea of the glamping, though, one of our pillars is going to be it's eco-friendly. So I'll have solar panels on the tents and all that sort of stuff. And then rainwater capture for outdoor showers, compostable toilets, trash in, trash out, whatever they bring in, they have to bring out. And it's going to be so much fun and fantastic. So, you know, like we talked about in the past, I used to own an apartment complex, and I've owned an RV park, and I've owned a trailer home too. And God bless Chris Rood, but I could not make it go mobile homes. But this project is like, I've done the spreadsheet on it. And by the end of the year, I'll have 80 tent sites at $50 a night. I'll have 10 safari huts that will have in an oven, so that a wood burning stove, so they can get heating during the winter. And we're scheduled to close at the end of May. So my business year is June to June. So by the end of next June, I've calculated that my gross profits will be $983,000. Hold on just a second. All right, so that's the gross of collections, and that also counts for, you know, winter time when it's slower and everything. I have my laptop. I want to make sure 913,000 first year, and then the second year it's projected to be 1.85 million, so double. And that's only counting the safari tents. And I mean, really, the revenue is just how many tents you want to put up, how many campsites and tents you want to put up. We also are going to have e-bikes. I have a friend who can wholesale me e-bikes. We have 3 ATVs. We can rent out 4-wheelers. There's actually electric 4-wheelers. We can do horseback riding, you know, tours and all sorts of stuff. So there's many ways to make revenue. Also, we're about 45 minutes from the closest town or gas station. So we'll actually have a little general store, like a convenience store, ice, firewood, you know, charcoal, things like that. So there'll be revenue in that too. And so there's lots of opportunity to make money in this deal. So I'm trying the purchase price, believe it or not, it's 1.35 million. The seller is taking the 350,000 second note. So everybody who's investing will be a first note. So 1 million, and I need to show proof of funds in the next 10 days. 1 million to show to close on it. I'd like to raise 2 million, so I have operating capital, but honestly, I could make do with like 1.25 million. I really just need another 250, 300,000. and I'll survive because, you know, I don't know, for people who don't know me, like I have a following. I've already like pre-sold some areas. I already know people that are wanting to come to the ranch, do some primitive camping, starting from the first month, June, July. We'll be revenue generating from day one. So what I'm offering is, let me write this in green. So from 50,000, that's the minimum, 50,000 to 250,000, 12%. 12% interest, and anything over 250, okay, it's 15% interest only for up to 3 years. I think I can cash people out within 2 years based on this rent roll. I'll get conventional financing. And that also includes, you guys get 5 free nights at the ranch. So 5 free nights. I would get a safari hut if I were you. I would book a safari hut. They're going to be cool. And you can use those free nights, or you can gift them if you wanted to brown nose Chris Naugle or Stephen Nagy or Dwight for that matter. And just gift your free nights, son-in-law, home, you know, whatever. I'm easy to work with. Yeah, and that's the project. You know, that's pretty much it. It's going to be awesome. Okay. Now, you know, again, nothing against mobile homes or flipping a house or whatever, but I'm really about legacy and fun. So I'm a surgeon by trade. I'm a retired surgeon. So what I want to do, this is Erica's also dream, is she wants to have summer camps to help disadvantaged kids. I want to do summer camps for PTSD, for first responders, fire. We all have a little bit of PTSD. Am I right, Stephen? After the last couple of years. And yeah, Colleen is investing, and she wants to do art camps, all sorts of stuff. So I want to do nerd camp because I grew up a nerd. So we're going to have professors from the local colleges look at astronomy, botany, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be awesome. So that's the legacy play. And if it's kind of like investing with a mission or a purpose, you know, it's also a lifestyle. I'm retired. I don't have to work. I make a lot of passive income every month, and I currently live in Houston, but once I close on this deal, I am literally going to move up there, leave my family. I have Erica, and we have a 5-year-old, and I'm going to leave them until they finish school. And then they'll spend the summer up there with me, and then back to Houston, and I'll be on site the whole time. So I'm actually running this project. This ranch is in Erica's little hometown, Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Oh, cool. So
we know the people. This is not something I just found on the internet. I mean, we are very well connected with the people up there. We'll get all the permits, everything we need, and I will personally manage this ranch, with the idea eventually being that we're going to have multiple ranches all over the country, eventually all over the world, to help all of these underprivileged kids and people suffering from PTSD, all sorts of great shit. I mean, I believe this is the vehicle to really make an impact and a difference on the world. And I just want a couple of cool investors to come in at 250 or 100 or whatever you got, and let's just change the world. Let's do some shit. That's my spiel, Stephen.
No, I love it, man. I mean, so Dr. Vaughn and Erica were out in Utah, and then we saw them out in San Diego. And, you know, I guess Erica wasn't with you in Utah, but in San Diego. You and I had a chance. So because of that, you know, to sit at kind of the bar a couple of nights and talk a lot about what you have going on and what you want to do. And you could tell, like, this is really passion for you, like this, you know, and I'm sure being a surgeon in the past was your passion, and to be as good as you were at that and break all the, you know, you're world renowned for everything you did in that field. And then taking that and turning it into, you know, building this ranch and being able to do all these different projects with it and things like that. I mean, I'm super excited for it, man. I mean,
you want to be a little, I mean, if you're going to be a good surgeon, 1, you got to work hard. 2, you got to be kind of smart. 3, right. I mean, you got to have attention to detail. So everything, all my training as a surgeon, I'm going to bring to this project. And the other thing is, you know, some people don't understand, know my story, but back in 2008, I had $4 million worth of real estate, which we all know means you have $4 million worth of debt. And then 2008 happened. We know what happened there. But the coup de grace was Hurricane Ike in September 2008. Went through my neighborhood in Galveston. It really destroyed me. I couldn't operate. I was a baby surgeon. I kept things afloat, and eventually I couldn't do it anymore. I declared bankruptcy. I lost everything. I had to start all over. Eventually, it cost me my family. I broke a lot of promises to people. And I'm telling you, man, like, I'm not going to break those promises anymore. I've learned my lessons. I'm a much better duck this time than last time. I've got mentors. We've got contacts. We've got partnerships. We're ready to do this. I'm ready to do this. So I'm basically coming out of retirement for this. And, you know, like my promise to you, if the worst case scenario is I'm wrong and nobody wants to come to this ranch, right? I'll float the deal. I'll float your note. I'll fire everybody, send everybody home, and I'll make sure you get your payments, and then I'll conventional finance after I put a homestead on there, something like that. That's the worst case scenario. Yeah, but I don't want that. I would rather you stay with me and roll it into the next tranche or the next ranch or the next project, you know.
Do you have any pictures? Can we pull something up? Can we look at it?
Yeah, it's off. I posted on the Private Money Club.
Got it.
And I'm happy to send anyone pictures. I'm happy to hop on a call with anybody. And if anyone's interested,
put them in. Any questions in? Let's answer these. I'm going to pull it up too right now. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah. If anyone's interested, the best thing to do to reach me is to send me a text. And I want to give you my cell phone number. It's my actual personal cell phone. So text just your name and that you're interested in the project. And my number is 832-607-5444. 5444. There we go. Y'all don't need to see me. Y'all need to see my number. But yeah, send me a text. That's the best way to do this.
Oh, here we go.
And show those pictures. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I mean, the pictures honestly don't do it justice. And that's a picture of me and Erica on the property, just to prove that it's really the property.
Yeah.
That's the river. That's a 150-foot gorge that you have to climb down to get to the river. The river is this amazing emerald green up there. And the rock surfaces are black. It's really an amazing contrast. There's animal, there's wildlife. We've got elk and deer and bobcats and bears and rattlesnakes.
Are there fish
eagles?
In there?
Huh?
Any fish?
Yeah, we got definitely catfish and some pike, and there might be periodic trout.
Okay.
But definitely catfish for sure. And that's one of the bunkhouses.
What's this?
That's the bunkhouse.
Okay.
And so it's actually a duplex. So there's two of them. And there's 7 single beds in there. And I will actually rent that out from day one. And the path down to the river is right behind that. Okay. So it's amazing, amazing view. And it has a well. That's right. That picture right there. Oh, wait, go back to the other one. That picture right there is right below that bunkhouse. So once you get down to the bottom of the river, you'll see that.
Wow.
Yeah. It's probably 30 feet wide there. There are these little wading pools you sit on, and it's a great time. Okay. Now everything you see in this picture is the land. Everything, as far as you can see, all the way to the horizon. It's all the ranch. Can you believe that? That black line in the middle is the gorge where the river is. That's actually the gorge, the valley. So you're standing on a rock cliff. The topography on this ranch is so amazing. Oh, and everything that's beige, you see all that tan, it's actually grass. It's yellow grass. So in the summer, everything you see that's brown will be green. It's not desert. Yeah, it's high mountain. So this is not desert. It's not sandy at all. It's so all that brown, that's the where they keep the equipment and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Almost like a barn. It's a nice looking barn.
Yeah, it's huge. It's got hay, it's got equipment, it's got generators. There's my backhoe and one of the trailers.
You know how to drive those?
No, heck no, hell no.
All right, we'll have to learn. I'm coming
Yeah.
down.
No, I got people. So there's a WPA era schoolhouse that is like, it's not usable, but it's just the history on this. There's several buildings that are adobe structures that are broken down from the 1800s. It just makes for great, amazing history.
Mm-hmm. You have to set up like little placards that tell about it. You know what I mean? You're walking around and kind of checking it out.
Shoot. If somebody wants to research all that and look it up for me, definitely do it. And we're only allowed to upload 10 pictures. I've got lots of photos if anybody wants to see more.
Yeah. Anybody that's interested in this, I mean, just text, Dr. Vaughn, hop on, you guys chat. He can send you over more information.
Yeah.
And I mean, this looks like not only, like you said, not only is it, investing with a purpose, but looks like a hell of a lot of fun too.
Mm-hmm. No, it's going to be awesome. And, this is how Erica grew up, actually. She grew up in the mountains. She hand fishes. She rides four-wheelers, e-bikes. I mean, she looks like a supermodel, but she's actually kind of rough.
Yeah, they're mistaking her for one of the singers at the Grammys.
She's laughing at me. I know she's watching me. So I wrote a nice deep description there. And 12% monthly interest. I'll send you your check and then cash you out no later than 3 years, maybe 2 years. And then I would ask that you stay with me and we just do a second tranche or a second ranch, whatever you like to do. I'll always give you your 5 free nights. Just tell me ahead of time.
I mean,
text me.
Pretty good passive income. I mean, if we take $250,000 at 15%, you got $3,125 coming in every month.
Yep.
Not bad.
Yeah. And a vacation. Every year you get 5 free nights. Come on. Wherever you live. I mean, it is beautiful weather, like June, July, it's cool nights, it's warm days, but not hot. I mean, it's just amazing. Okay.
All right, cool. Anybody have any questions? Are you guys, anybody looking to maybe invest in this? Just curious. I mean, anybody want to throw anything out there? Give us something to talk about.
And you'll be in first lien position, proportionate to whatever percentage you come in at. So if I raise $1 million and you come in at 100,000, you own 10% of first lien position, for example. And that's in all the documents. I have all the documents ready. You'll actually wire the money to my attorney's escrow, so it's not going to my new Lamborghini or anything weird like that. And it's basically everything that you and Chris Naugle teach, for be in first position, lend it to a company or whatever, Use the escrow.
Do you plan to stay off grid as you grow? Will you need to bring in electrical when you get huge?
Yeah, no, I'm working on that. So I have a contact for solar. Electrical is so far away. It's really remote. It's primitive glamping. And we have one well on site. I'm going to have that tested to make sure it's potable, which means drinkable. Everyone always thinks it means like you carry it around. No, it means drinkable. Potable. So we'll have one well at least, and I'll have an expert survey it and see where else we can put wells. I know we have water because I'm next to the river, right? So there's underground water there, and solar panels, and then rainwater capture. And then with this ranch, I want to keep it as pristine as possible. It's very remote, wildlife. I'm going to grow a food forest. So that way we use that to teach kids about where your food comes from, agriculture, botany, all of that stuff. So it's going to be phenomenal. And yes, I know animals, bears love cherries, but we'll plant a food forest for the animals far away, and then we'll plant a food forest for the educational purposes. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
So I guess here's a question. Maybe you want to talk about this off. Well, no, it's a good question. So based on, how the other deal fell through, is this one solid? Like this is 100% or?
Yeah, no, I'm going to tell you this, this seller's agent actually met us on property, and she had a 6-month-old Jeep Gladiator, one of those trucks, and she drove us around, and we went up and down these cliffs, and she took us all around. She's been very responsive. When we asked her questions about the horse, she had a whole topographic survey. In fact, if you're in Private Money Club, I uploaded the survey. So in the PDF part, in the documents part, download it, just take a look at how that river flows through that. It winds through the property. It's really, really cool. And so they've been very responsive, very good. You know, she bought this property probably about 10 years ago with her now ex-husband. She's older, but not elderly, and she just doesn't go up there anymore. So she wants to sell it. And she really hasn't improved it much. And because she doesn't go up there, I think like the problem is one part of the road washed out. And so I think it scared off a lot of investors or buyers. I'm actually her first offer. And so, yeah, this deal is going to close. This deal is going to close.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I was just pulling it up on the maps. I mean, it looks like a heck of a piece of property.
It's amazing. It's all stars. You know, like once you turn off the main highway, you've got about another 20 miles of country road to go down. But when you're going down through these ranches on either side, you're going to see like deer and antelope, you know, jumping fences. It's just like crazy. You'll see elk jumping fences. It's really cool getting there. Sunflowers, like fields and fields of sunflowers as far as you can see. And even when you get, even when you get onto the ranch, you still have to go like probably another half mile before you get to that shed. Yep, that's the river and then the mountain vista.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Out there a little bit, huh?
So northern New Mexico, about 45 minutes from Las Vegas, New Mexico, where Erica grew up. And I'm super excited. You know, if you imagine, I don't have to work, but this project is moving me out of retirement. So I'm super excited.
Yeah. So where, I guess, so where, you know, when it comes to something like this, I mean, is it mostly locals that you're going to be attracting? Is it people that are like RVing across the country that will stop? You think people come there as a nation? What do you see it happening?
So a lot of these people will come from New Mexico. They'll drive. They look for destinations like this. But because this is like high-end country, I'm going to have a lot of people coming from Texas, Colorado, Oklahoma, Utah. They'll drive and they'll find it, especially during the winter. They'll come hunting for elk and stuff.
Right. Yeah, it's a beautiful area out there. I used to go to Albuquerque for work quite often, and we'd make the drive to Santa Fe, and all through there is just beautiful.
The topography on this ranch is crazy. We've got 3 mesas at the top. Then you go down one little valley area, and we've got meadows. We've got the gorge that you go down. So I mean, the whole topography is crazy. It's very unique, and I'm super excited. It's super cool.
Yeah. So George was just asking. He just joined the Private Money Club and is all set up. So we'll be able to look at this. Yeah, absolutely, George. So you can hop right on privatemoneyclub.com. You can see what we were just sharing on the screen, and then text me on right there, 832-607-5444, and you guys can set up a call. Just let them know that you're, private.
Yep. And I can get you the documents today. You can wire me the money tomorrow. We'll be ready to go.
Yeah. Sure. Get the money moving, man. No reason to let it sit.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, Dr. Vaughn, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. I'm super excited for you.
Thank you, Stephen. Thanks for doing this.
See how it goes. So yeah, so if anybody out there wants to talk with them more about this, lending money, minimum 50,000, but self-directed IRA, what do you say? 3 years, but maybe cash out in 2? Is that kind of what you're looking at?
Yep.
Self-directed IRA, any money just sitting in a policy right now. Again, with inflation going, one of the most important things you can do for your money is keep that money moving. And asset-based lending, real estate-based lending, your money secured by property, buy a piece of America. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing out there.
And at 250,000, you're getting 15%. It's crazy. 15%. I mean, that's hard to, plus your vacation. Come on, come hang out. And also some investors, a couple of them, like they're interested, like one is a special ed teacher. And I was like, oh my God, can you run like my summer camp for kids, like disadvantaged kids? A couple of them are artists. They want to do artist retreats, and things like that. So whatever you want, like come talk to me.
Well, here's your option, right? Do you want to keep messing with this craziness of the Dow Jones down another 230 today? Like, whoa, volatility. No, thank you.
Hey,
Steven,
if you go back to that volatility, because this is important. But if you look at the beginning of the volatility, where it was and where you are now, you're even. Like there's no,
right.
You haven't made any gains. See
34?
that?
34.
You're the same, except you have a stomach ulcer now. That's all you got.
Yeah, year to date, you're down a couple thousand. Yeah, wild stuff, man. Wild stuff. So there you go. You can play with this world, or we can get a real estate backed loan going for 15% and let your money steadily and slowly and happily climb.
And I'm going to toot my horn a little bit. I'm a pretty cool guy. You want to know me, I think.
Yeah, no, if you guys don't know Dr. Vaughn, for sure follow him online. Like when he said he has a following, it's huge. Like people love what he talks about and teaches, and he helps a lot of people. I mean, I can't imagine. I can't even count how many people I spoke to at Secret Knock that were there because of you.
Right.
And they're telling me how they've lost 100 pounds, 200 pounds, 300 pounds, like all this weight. They look great. They feel great. They're at an event that surrounding themselves with billionaires. I mean, it's amazing how one little change in your life can snowball into so much more. And surrounding yourself with people like you, Doc, and people like in the private money clubs, just amazing how that happens.
I would advise, one, write down this number because I hardly ever give it out. But two, I want you to think about this more of a relationship that has an investment side to it versus an investment where you're just going to get money. My approach to life has really been focusing on relationships, and that has led me to retire at 45. I mean, I was $4 million in debt at 39, bankrupt at 39, and retired at 45.
I love it, man. I mean, I have a feeling that as you get things rolling, I mean, I could see like you're doing like a monthly call just for the investors, update them on what's going on. I mean, stuff like that. Talk about it,
Yeah, Teresa Tess is investing. She's in my tribe. She came to Secret Knock and your experience mastermind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me see who else is on here. Oh yeah, you got some big hitters on here, Duck. So we'll see. See if we can't get that money raised.
Yeah. All right, come on, Dwight. 1,100 houses. You got some money. Come on.
Trying to get some questions. Come on, guys. What's holding you back? There's some questions out there. Is this good? What do you guys think? Is there anything that you would say, hey, I would lend my money, but I'm not sure about that, or something like that?
Here, let me tell you,
trying to think of stuff.
You know how much money I paid to go to college and med school? If someone puts in 100,000 with me or 50,000, whatever, and you're getting 12%, and you come check out the ranch and you go, hey, Doc, I'd like to do this in my little town or in Colorado or whatever, I'd be like, let's do it. Let me show you how to do it. I mean, talk about tuition. You're getting paid 12% to learn this, how to do this for yourself. Like, that'd be crazy. I have abundance thinking, so I have no issues teaching you what I know or don't know or how I fucked up, whatever you want to hear about,
That's cool. Thomas just just posted a description of the property from realtor.com.
Yeah, Thomas Thompson. Yeah, it's actually on the Private Money Club. So.
Oh, okay, perfect.
The address. Nice. Yeah, that's what he's posting.
Off the grid. I love it, man.
Yeah.
And a fence around the property.
Yep. Yeah. So, the entire perimeter is fenced off. And there are a couple of corral areas on the property. Most of it's really wild, quite honestly. We spent 4 hours looking at it with the seller's agent, and we probably only saw maybe a third of the whole property after 4 hours, dude. Like I only saw like 200 yards of that 2-mile river. It's pretty crazy.
Wow, man. Well, you'd have to get some side-by-sides and do some exploring.
Yeah. Well, it comes with the property.
Oh,
I have 3 ATVs right there.
Oh, you're set then. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, Dr. Vaughn, definitely down to earth. All right, cool. What else? I think we did a good job here.
I'm good, man.
Let's
I'm gonna go have some fun.
Yeah, so essentially 1% a month. Yeah, that'd be right, Todd. So 12% would be 1% a month. Yep.
Yep. So $100,000 will get you $1,000 a month.
Yep. Awesome, man. Well, I love it. I love it.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for logging on here. Hopefully you found yourselves a couple good deals. If you only got 10 grand, Dwight's the man to talk to. If you got 250, well, 50 or more. This is an awesome deal right here. 832-6075. Yep. What are the last two? 5444. You can't see. There you go. Slide there. There you go. So that's the
Come
text.
on, Jorge, message me.
Send Dr. Vaughn a message. Let's talk. And looks like George is going to reach out to you and wants to do something. So awesome, guys. Well, thanks for being here. If you guys need anything, just send me an email. Reach out to Dr. Vaughn, Dwight, Private Money Club. We're on there. We'll see you guys next week. Actually, I won't see you next week. I'll be at a mastermind in Tampa, but Andrew will be on talking about a new private fund that him and Chris and a couple of partners now have going again. So log on next week to see Andrew, but you're not going to make 12 to 15% money with Andrew. So talk with Dr. Vaughn before then, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a great week.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. We're putting up tons of them, but I think if you like this one, you'll probably like that video as well. Click that alert button, actually smash that alert button, and you'll be notified every time we put a new video. So we'll see you on the next episode.